it's just new rules, new things that can blues that make up the entirety of this vast planet. A little bit of text sprawls up at the bottom of the screen that says SAMHSA 6. And we see a vessel overtake the text and just float into the frames. Covers out this entire planet. You see, as it comes into frame, some light from a nearby sun sheds light onto the ship's name. This is the Metamorphosis. Twists and turns. You see a little Tesla logo at the bottom underneath Metamorphosis as it twists closer and closer to the planet. And as the ship continues closer and closer and gets closer to the atmosphere of this planet, more text pops up on screen. This time in more of a timeline format. You see the words 10 years ago pop up. A little bit of text sprawl kind of trails out from behind it. The company, Tesla, detected signs of biochemistry on SAMHSA 6, decided to send a team to investigate. Another little blip states 1 year ago, a skeleton crew of researchers, engineers, and Marines arrived on SAMHSA 6 to establish Greta Base and the Heron Terraforming Station. They discovered a species of arthropods, labeled them as carcinids or carcs, and proceeded to terminate them on site. Another blip. 9 months ago, the colonists captured a carc larva for experimentation and study. Another blip. 6 months ago, Greta Base seized all communications. 3 months ago, the company hired the crew we are going to be introduced to in a little bit to address the situation. 6 weeks ago, the crew entered the SAMHSA system for the first time and found Greta Base still unresponsive to multiple communication signals sent to the planet. The text scroll kind of fades away, and we kind of dive deeper into the ship, and we come into a metal room filled with several cryopods. We hear the hiss as the cryopod deactivates, and each of you wake up as the door swings open. The steam and the frost that rolls out of this cryopod fills the air around you as you all come to taking that breath of life, so to speak, from cryo sleep. And the fatigue and fatigue just hits your body. You haven't moved in 3 months. Your muscles are weak, your bones are weak, you feel just nauseous, you feel sick. If you had food in your stomach besides the goo that is pumped in to keep you, fed to get to certain destinations, you are not feeling hot. But you all come to. This cryo chamber is more so situated in a way where each of you have your own respective rooms with lockers. So as you all wake up, the first thing you're greeted to is a silver locker with each of your names on it. You all find the gear provided by the company as well as the gear provided to you by yourself, obviously, when you rolled your characters up. Craig, you look over and you see your little dog has a little cryopod too, and he wakes up as well.
Sweet.
It's got like a little gas mask on. But yeah, you all wake up and signals begin to blare, and you hear a voice come over the intercom. Crew, report to the cafeteria for debrief and meet and greets. You hear some people over the intercom, and just talking about some like nonsensical stuff in the background. You hear the guy on the intercom saying, "Cut it off! Shut up!" And like you hear the microphone cut out. You all get your gear on respectively, whatever gear you want to wear, as you navigate through the ship. It's mostly foreign. You have a rough layout of it as you had a walkthrough when you were first kind of enlisted or signed up or given a tour, so you know your way around. Eventually, you find yourself in the cafeteria, so to speak. It's more so just a large oval chamber, some soft couch cushions, some chessboards, some cups, some styrofoam cups. Styrofoam's still a big thing in the future. Ooh. Some MREs kind of stacked up on top of one another. You see several figures in here. You see two kind of marine-looking individuals, which Craig, your character, would have met. You realize these are the Grunt brothers. You got Alexander Grunt and Baxter Grunt. Someone say Grunt A or Grunt B. But they are there. You see them. You spot their buzz cuts. They're bulky builds. You kind of met them when you were getting the tour as well. You see a stockier fellow. He's got like a huge beard that's just bushy and mangled, and he is, very much the typical pilot. He's got like a pilot gear on, smoking a cigar. Very much got maybe like a cowboy hat on. To the right of him is a smaller, kind of skinnier individual. Very chatty. Looks like he's chewing on gum. And he's like talking to this pilot, which the pilot has a little stitched on name logo that says Anders on it. The little chatty guy chewing gum next to him was obviously the co-pilot. He's got the same kind of various, clothing material on. His name is Renfield. Continues to chew on whatever gum. Maybe he got the gum before cryosleep and just had the same piece of gum in his mouth ever since. Dear Lord.
Oh my God.
That's crazy. He's a psychopath. Someone needs to shoot that guy on sight.
What was the pilot's name?
The pilot's name is Anders.
Anders, okay. Sorry,
Anders, yeah. Big stocky. No, you're good. Big stocky guy. Very much looks experienced, smoking on a cigar, got a cowboy hat. You would trust this guy to fly a ship. I'll tell you that. You see, kind of seated at the center of the table while everyone else is kind of going around, is a more like corporate-looking individual. More like very much has like better gear on, like corporate suit. You recognize this as a corporate liaison? I can't say the word.
Liaison.
Yeah, whatever that word is. You see him. He's got his like fingers together, and you guys recognize this as the guy that kind of gave you a tour. His name is Maz. General first impressions were you thought this was the guy. This is if you worked with this guy, this guy would be the worst manager you have ever had. Like, he is not pleasant. He is annoying. But he sees you all walking. He says, "Oh, finally. You guys really took your time waking up. At first, I had thought that we lost you and this trip was for nothing. But I'm happy that thanks to Tesla's technologies and innovations, that you are safe and well fed." He throws out a couple of stim packs, one for each of you. A small stim pack for the little dog, for the dog. It's like a little bark bone, little bark box. It's like a little bone. He says, "Go ahead and take those. You should feel much better. Cure the cryo sickness." And I feel we should all kind of go around and talk, introduce ourselves, get a little familiar with who we're working with in these upcoming days, and then we can debrief on the mission details. As you know, I'm Maz. I'm in charge of this thing. He like points out like a little Tesla logo. I've been working ever since I was about 6 years old. Got inducted into the the higher up training program when I was young. That's all you really need to know about me. Just know that I'm the one in charge here. And then he motions back to Anders. He says, "That's Anders," and Anders takes a cigar out of his mouth. "Ah, what's up, fellas, ladies, people, not people. I'm the pilot. I can drive any piece of shit." And he like taps the side of the wall that he's next to. Yeah, that's me. And kind of pushing past him is Renfield, the smaller guy, chewing on a gum, smacking. I'm not gonna do it because, dear God, it's an ASMR nightmare. But he walks up and he's, "Hey, what's up? Don't know why my accent's changed since cryosleep, but but yeah, I'm Renfield. I'm co-pilot. So if Anders ever dies, which I doubt would happen, I will be replacing him as main pilot. I'm a co-pilot. It's nice to meet everyone. I'm excited. This is my first mission." He kind of continues to ramble. You guys kind of just like tone him out as he kind of just blends into the background. The two Grunt brothers, Alexander and Baxter, Grunt A and Grunt B, as I like to call them, or as they introduce themselves, is what they were called when they were in their platoon. Very much just typical, like, "Hey, how's it going? We shoot stuff." And that one's like, "Yeah, that's basically what we do." And Maz says, after they introduce Maz, kind of like just motions towards the table as you guys are kind of all taking this in, taking all these new people that have just kind of rejoined in this room. But yeah, you guys are just moving about this large oval chamber, feeling some like slight rotation as you are kind of adjusting to the gravity, the fake gravity on board this ship. And I pass it over to you as a Matt. Bro, sorry. Yeah. As a Maz just kind of like motions towards you guys to kind of make an introduction for yourself.
Sal, I'll go first. Captain Admiral Johnson. I fucking hate this shit. I hate cryo sleep. Fucking makes me nauseous. I mean, it does it to all of us, but it just fucking sucks. Dishonorably discharged from the U.S. Army. Fucking hate that too. And he gives the finger to the 2 Marines. Yeah. I ain't got much else. Cool. And he just like turns around and like puts his head up against the wall because it's still fucking nauseous.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go next.
Okay.
My name is Ambrose. And this here, and he's got a little lab rat on his shoulder. Little gray rat. He's like, this is Pangea. I guess I'm here. I'm the resident expert in xeno-esotericism. I'm here to study ancient alien civilizations and maybe see if there are any ties to the world as we know it.
What was your character's name again?
Ambrose.
Ambrose.
And he scratches Pangea's chin.
My character.
Yeah, he looks like Chris Farley from Billy Madison.
I love it.
Yes.
My
I don't know if you were serious about that or not, but I love
I
it.
know,
No,
me
yeah,
neither.
he really is.
My character would speak up really quickly and say, "Oh, yeah, pets. I got a fucking dog. He's back. He's still back in my living quarters. I guess that's what it is. His name is Pork Chop. You know, big mastiff, black mastiff. My son named him. I don't have a son anymore. So I just got the dog. All right. Sorry. Go ahead.
Hi, I'm Tate. Model 081816. I am a therapeutic analysis technology effectiveness robot. Or, what is it? What are we called?
Android.
Android.
Robot, android.
Whatever.
Either or, synthetic, robot, android, whatever sci-fi term you want to use.
I was recently rebooted, so I don't have much memory. But I am excited to help. And if you would like to talk more about how you're feeling, I will be happy to help you, Captain.
My character vomits.
She'll go over and she'll pat you on the back. It's okay. Let it
Yeah.
out.
Right.
My guy, he'll take a deep breath, and under his breath, he'll say, "Deep breaths, deep breaths." Hi, I'm Flip Beepin. It's nice to
Flip what?
Beepin. It's nice to see you all. I'm actually I'm still with the military. I got in trouble, so they're like they give me like a handler, and they're contracting me out. I did something I shouldn't. Well, I kind of think it was the right thing. I wanted to know. They wouldn't tell me, but it's nice to work with you all. Hope everything goes well. He'll like stick his hand out and wait for someone to shake it, and then he'll take his hand. He'll put his hand back by his side when no one shakes his hand, and then he kind of like backs up a little bit.
I would gladly talk about that if you'd like.
Not right now.
Whenever you're ready.
Sure. He'll like take a step away from her.
Oh, a very plain-looking man who was so motionless that you did not notice him at all this entire time suddenly speaks up from the corner of the room. Well, I suppose I will go last. I am Time Observation Bot. You may call me Tobe. I was originally created for the purpose of observing molecules in a long-running physics experiment. However, funding has dwindled, unfortunately, over the past few hundred years, and thus here I am employed in seasonal work. I have thousands of adapter cables amassed from technology over the years, if they are needed. Thank you.
So silence kind of takes over. There's like this awkward, like more awkward silence after everyone does their introductions, and you see Mass is kind of like chewing on some of his fingernails, and he's looking around the room, and he's like, "I can't believe they sent." You see him like starts muttering. He's like, "I can't believe they sent me a psychology bot, an adapter bot, a veteran, a nerd,
Fuck you.
Chris Farley." Like he's saying this under his breath, but you guys all hear. You guys can all hear him say this, yeah. And he's like, he continues. He's like, well, it's better to make amends with what we have than we don't have. So he like rubs his hands. Well, I'm glad you all can make acquaintances with your new crew. This is Crew Alpha. We are Crew A. I guess we would be Crew Beta technically because Alpha was on. That's another tangent I'm not going to get into.
Crew Sigma.
Yeah, Crew Sigma. That's perfectly fine.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. So, and this guy, he's got like kind of a larger forehead, receding hairline, like a unibrow, 5 o'clock shadow with a big old beauty mark.
Unibrow. Jesus.
He looks like a corporate, sweaty nerd, like statistical guy. Just like he doesn't look. He's not pleasant to look at.
And he's talking about me.
He says, "Everyone gather around." Kind of, you guys turn, look, or just glance over, and he flips a switch and like a holographic image kind of comes to life in this 3D model of a kind of a base. He says, "This is Heron base." It's like think of a bunch of different compartments like stacked on. Like think of like a Lego set, just a bunch of square compartment buildings kind of put together, and it's like just a 3D model that just kind of spins in place. Just a picture of this base, and he says, "Yes, this is Greta base, or this is, dear God, Jacob, I already lost the plot." He's like, "This is Greta base." He's like, "Sorry, cryosleep really took it out on me." So, as you all know from the initial sign-on report, we've lost communications with Squad Alpha, Crew Alpha on board Samson 6. Haven't made contact in 6 months, which you all have been debriefed about. You all know about that, of course. He says that very very negatively. You guys know this. I don't know why I'm speaking about it again, but needless to say, our missions, we have several. Obviously, there are some that outweigh the other ones, but Tesla wants us to rendezvous with Second Lieutenant Kaplan. He is the Marine commander of the colony. Assist them repairing whatever situation or helping or finding out, getting clues or whatever's going on down there. Just get that information. Meet up with them. Second Lieutenant Kaplan, he is the Marine commander. If you can't find him, try to find Dr. Edmund. They are the mission specialists. They are the colony synthetic scientists. Or they are not the colonies. I'm so sorry. So fuzzy. You know how cryosleep is. Dr. Edmund's lead scientist. If you can't find Kaplan, find him. They'd have another report. They can fill you in on the situation, but we need him off the planet. The most important priority is we find the synthetic science officer Hinton. That is Tesla property, and his logic core will prove to be valuable to the company. The bot itself doesn't need to come back. The logic core is what I need. And he looks over at Tobe and Tate and he says, "You two know what I'm talking about." we need the logic core. What's really valuable about your makes, of course, not your skills or anything, but just your logic core. That information carries more weight than anything here. Tesla values that above all else, and his core, their core, his core, Hinton's core. Get that, bring it back. That's probably the most crucial part of this mission. Let's say that is the mission, is to get his logic core back. The other colonists, if you're able to make contact with them, if they are dead, it's okay, and so be it. But the logic core is really what we need. The logic core is mission numero uno important. If I don't have that, my ass is on the line, and I do not like having my ass out on the line. At least not. Anyways, I'm not going to get into that.
What?
So, what?
Okay.
Captain Admiral Johnson, I'm appointing you Marine Commander of this crew. You obviously have the Captain and Admiral position title, so you obviously have experience. You've met Grunt, Alexander Grunt, Alexander Baxter Grant. God, Grunt A and Grunt. You've met Grunt A and Grunt B, the two brothers.
He puts his hand up. He's like, "Oh, I think you misunderstood. Captain and Admiral are my names. I was never a captain or an admiral."
You see him grab his little cocktail and does the thing with
Yeah, my parents were in the military, and they thought, why not? And I don't speak to them anymore.
Is Johnson your last name then?
Yes, Captain
okay.
Admiral Johnson. Yeah,
So we should call you Captain.
You can call me Johnson if you want.
Okay.
What is your preferred moniker?
Ooh.
I mean, I've always been one of those, like, people just come up with nicknames for me, so whatever comes out naturally, but usually Johnson.
Cash.
Johnson it
Just
is.
because I want to hear all you say Johnson all the time.
Very well. Johnson.
This guy's still like drinking his coffee cup. He's just like, son of a stupid son.
And Captain will actually like take his, because he's like sweating now from puking, right? He takes his like his over fatigues off, and he just has a white t-shirt on, and he turns back around and leans up against the wall again, and on the back it just says "fuck Elon."
I love it.
Mass does the thing where he puts his hands together. Not today, Mass. Don't need to fight the Captain Admiral Johnson, Admiral Captain, whatever your name is. You are acting Marine Commander. You are now promoted to Captain Admiral of this crew, Crew Sigma. You are the leader.
All right.
Grunt A and Grunt B, the Grunt brothers, whatever you want to call them, Alexander Baxter, Grunt A, Grunt B, and they're just like back there, like arms crossed, just not in their head. If Captain Admiral Johnson fails to, perform, or like if something bad happens to you, Captain Admiral Johnson, Grunt A or Grunt B, they can take over. But whoever feels like they are, the second in command of this crew, probably not the androids. You guys don't really get say in this. That's just the way we here at Tesla we work. You guys just kind of stay back a little bit. So either the dweeb or Chris Farley, Ambrose, you are second in command. What was your name again? He points at you, Tyler.
My name's Flip. Flip Beepin. Was it my handler talked to you, right?
Yeah. So yeah, of course, yes. What was their commander? The name again for that? For your handler?
Rigby.
Okay.
That's the code name. They don't tell me their names.
Rigby. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Rigby. That's right. You see that he's just like he's lying. You can tell he's lying. Oh yeah, Rigby. That's of course. Flip Beepin. Yes.
Yeah, that's
Is that a real name?
yeah. That's my name.
Okay.
I have a brother. He's called Trip Beepin. So
The Beepin Brothers.
yeah. He's with the infantry, actually.
Perfect. Well, Flip, you are
What?
out with the chain of command. And we're not worried about chain of command anymore. Captain
What am
Admiral
I?
Johnson, point. Flip Beepin,
I'm
you're
third. I'm third.
Yeah,
Okay.
sure. I thought point of command, some sort of ground line for what this was going to be a good idea, but that's just stressing me out now. I don't care what order you guys do. Androids feel free to do what you do. I don't. Anyways, look. What's mission 1? What's the primary mission?
The logic core.
Yeah.
It was obtaining the logic core.
Yeah, logic core. That's it. Yeah.
He's like, holy shit! There's a fucking echo in this room. That's great.
I mean, you didn't specify who you were asking, so got it.
You're so correct.
Yeah,
Captain
I know. I'm pretty good at that.
That is correct. Okay, now, who are the 2 other people that I said to try to find for information? Or you don't have to raise your hand, dude. This is an open room discussion. We're all here. Speak your mind.
Would you like to answer?
Lieutenant Kaplan and Edmund and Dr. Edmund.
Okay. Great. That's the mission. Well, you guys ready to go down to Samson 6 and start the...
You also said to obtain as much information as possible.
I did say that. Yes, I did. By the way, there are from previous reports from whenever they were reporting, communicating to us before communication ceased. The group did find signs of life on the planet, the Carcinans, Karks, as we named them. Super docile organism. They don't mess with anyone unless obviously you mess with them. There wasn't much kind of relay on kind of interactions between the two. It was just discovered. It's more so a microorganism than anything. Signs of life. Everyone likes to see signs of life on a potential Tesla planet. So we already have Samson 5 through 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We already got those. Samson 6. That's the next big. It's gonna be Casino World. That's Casino World right there. That's Tesla Casino World right there. 5, 4, and 3. Those are just battery worlds. We use those to power most of our ships. Actually, the Metamorphosis taps on the table is actually powered by some of those battery planets. It does get its charges from those. Anyways, you don't listen. Take the necessary time. The next 10, 20, maybe an hour, 2 hours. However much time you need. Feel a little bit better. He's like he kind of motions back to the stim packs on the table. Take these stim packs. It'll make you feel better. Captain Admiral Johnson, you look pretty bad. These will help. Do what you need to. Get dressed. Let's say we would report back here in an hour or so time, and Anders and Renfield over there will take you down in the dropship, and we can get this this fun exploratory mission over with or done with. Maybe you guys are quick enough. We can be up and out of them about a day, maybe. Okay, well there's the time differential between the planet. Okay, so when you go down there, time's a little wonky. Time's a little different down there. So a day down there is like 3 or 4 days up here. So for the love of God, please make it quick. But if you can't do that, that's perfectly fine. Don't come back without a logic core. Yes.
Does it age us 3 or 4 times faster?
No.
Too?
You'll be perfectly fine. That's not how that works. He's like, it says that very unserious. Like he's like being sarcastic to you about that. He's like being very sarcastic about it.
This wasn't in the email.
You guys all signed your waivers. I hope your beneficiaries, your charitable donations are set up correctly. But yeah, let's make this like a day mission. Let's get up, get out. I want to go home. I got a nice jacuzzi waiting for me. Jacuzzi Bot 5000, latest model. I'm sure you guys have heard of it. I'm not gonna go anymore. You guys take the necessary time to feel better. Do what you need. Take some stim packs. Don't go crazy. You can overdose and die from those. But do what you need to. Get geared up. If you have any questions, don't ask me. Ask your friends. Ask your new crew members. Thanks for being a part of this expedition. For Tesla, woo! All right.
Is his mug also like a Tesla mug and everything? Like, is he like?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's very much corporate. Corporate. He's a corporate guy through and through.
If he's
Yes, he is.
if he has like put it down on a table next to him or anything, when I walk by, I'm gonna knock it off.
That's yeah. You knock it off. He's like, oh shit! Watch where you're going, Captain.
Oh,
Admiral.
Yeah.
Captain.
sure, yeah.
This is what this guy looks like, by the way.
I'll do that.
This fucking asshole.
Oh, nice.
I did not spell his name like that.
I did not either.
Oh.
But the coffee spills on him. He gets up and wipes. He looks like he's about to say something, but he like sizes you up and he's like, I can't win that fight. You see him say the internal process and he's like, fuck. He's like, I'm gonna go clean this up. And he walks away and you hear like a door open and close behind him as he goes through another subsection of the spaceship of the Metamorphosis. And he disappears from the scene.
So I don't think he really read my file. Put me in charge is not a good idea, but I guess I'll try my best to lead us to victory.
Well, why do you feel that way?
Cause I hate the fucking army. I never liked it. I was kind of forced into it by my parents. Like I said, dishonorably discharged. So I didn't do good things while I was there. But you guys don't have to worry. I'm not gonna hurt you. Unless you fucking suck, then I might hurt you.
We should explore these feelings.
Do we have time for that? I think we gotta go find a core or something.
We need to
He
find
He
a
said like the
logic
next
core.
10 minutes, the next hour.
Yeah,
10
no,
minutes
it's
is
gonna
like-
take a lot longer than that.
Okay.
Well, I will
If
be
you-
excited to explore those.
I appreciate that. Tate? Was it Tate?
Yes. Tate.
Cool.
I've got my laptop out and I'm reading an email, and the message I sent is, I'm gonna be okay, right? Like, this isn't gonna be like, it's gonna be fine. I'm gonna have other people. This is gonna be okay. And the reply is probably like, yeah, just here's your ticket. Get on the ship. Like, okay. I'm gonna send another email. So he didn't really know my name or anything. It didn't seem like he knew your name. Are you sure this is okay? And then I'll close it.
Perfect. Yeah, you go to send an email. You close your laptop.
Flip, he has like a lab coat on, but his lab coat is tucked into his pants. He
Okay.
he
This guy is a fucking nerd.
he looks like he wants to grow a beard, but it's like where they can't quite grow it, but there is still like, like pubic hair on their face. And then he has a shaved head because he's in the military.
Wow.
He also has glasses.
I feel like I've met this person. Tope has somehow like slipped out and silently and so quickly like put on his hazard suit, and now he's just like staring out the window.
Yeah, you stare out the window and it is just the ship is rotating, so you're like, in reality you're like going like this, like you guys are 360 the whole time, but for you, just hands against the window and you're just watching the planet just disappear.
I'm watching so many
Disappear.
molecules, dude.
I will say, as you are actively looking out at the planet, you notice there is the weather. Like you see clouds, you just see dark clouds. Like you see like flashes, like crackling lightning that just kind of travels across the planet. And like from outer space, you guys are still a decent amount away. These storms are massive and huge. Like whatever storm is happening down there, it is noticeable enough to be seen from outer space. Like it is a phenomenon. Like you're taking it in. You've seen you've probably seen all the molecules like flying fast back and forth. It is impressive. You do notice that. And you're like, you kind of It's kind of amazing to see that such crazy activity on this alien planet.
My logic core is going crazy harvesting all these molecules. We got like so many terabytes going in like per second.
That's great. I love that.
Tate is literally just watching everyone, just observing them. Kind of what Tobe's doing, but with the people just reading like body language, telling how like Flip is like anxious and nervous. Trying to read our Ambrose friend.
Ambrose has a rigging gun, which is like a harpoon gun, and he's just petting it and is like talking to it.
Oh my god!
What a Mod Podge crew we got here.
Somehow made it feel like a 5e group without even trying.
Oh, I love that.
Captain will
I
walk
just
up.
can't-
Oh, Captain will
Wait a
walk up and put his arm around Tobe and say, "Oh, it's like back home, those storms and producing all them haters. I mean, it kind of feels like home, but that looks like one wicked fucking storm. Don't you think?"
Yes. There is much happening on that planet.
Yeah, there is.
Please do not harm my logic core. Much valuable data will be lost.
Well, are you talking to me? Don't harm your.
Yes.
Oh.
You mentioned a threat earlier.
Right.
It would be a tragedy to the Intergalactic Physics Society if my logic core was lost.
Yeah, I doubt you and Tate over there are gonna be much of an issue. I don't think Flip will be either. That guy talking to his weapon, that's another story.
I just imagine Chris Farley just rubbing
Right.
harpoon gun.
He's getting all red in the face, like he's all like, "Give me an excuse.
Oh no!
Pray I never have to use it. God, give me a reason."
Oh my god!
Oh fucking god, dude.
I feel that our crew is in good hands with you, Captain Admiral Johnson.
No, just one captain and one admiral.
It's like Major from Catch-22.
Very well, Captain Admiral.
The third.
and then Johnson after that. But that
Johnson.
doesn't. Yeah. I mean, if you want, I kind of like what you've done with your name, the T-O-B, the Tobe. You can call me Cadge if you want.
Cadge.
Guilty.
Yeah.
Cadge is.
He's just coming up with all
Yeah,
of his
I imagine your character actually says that.
coming up with all of his
Satisfully.
own nicknames.
Disgusting.
Ambrose, shut your mouth.
Talk to me like that.
He's like a psychopath.
And
Oh my
Tate
fucking
is
God.
just watching Ambrose because she's like,
I'm just here to learn.
she's like, yes.
Ambrose, you said you were like an expert with aliens?
Yes, that's right. Alien civilizations and their beliefs.
Oh, so not like do you know what Karks are?
No.
Arkalot?
Oh fuck. Different. Okay. We're gonna be okay down there, right?
I'm sure we are.
Okay.
Don't just send people on expeditions willy-nilly.
Yeah, my handler wouldn't do this. And he's gonna get up and walk away. He hasn't changed into his hazmat suit, so you just see like on his back, he's like sweating through his clothing.
Oh,
So the hazmat suits are there in that room with us.
Yeah, so there are like, obviously they're like dedicated lockers. Is my mic muted? No.
No,
Okay.
you're good.
Obviously there's like dedicated lockers with each of y'all's nameplates on them that has all the gear that I've already told you about. So a hazmat suit, the SMG with the 3 magazines, a med kit, an extra stim pack. By the way, did any of y'all take the stim packs that were presented to you all initially?
Heck yeah.
For your
Yeah.
cryo
Yeah.
sickness?
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured you guys did. I just wanted to clarify because if you still have cryo sickness, I think it's like disadvantaged every roll.
Mm.
So it's really bad. Like you are really like fatigued and like just feeling the repercussions of cryo sleep.
Captain would have taken that right away.
Yeah, no. Yeah, so you guys inject yourself with some blue goo and it cures your ill will or your
Yay.
sickness. But yeah, each of these lockers with your names on them have the gear.
Captain would he'd snap and he'd be like, "Does anybody have a Sharpie or anything like that? Something to write with."
Toad pulls out a penknife, half pen, because I did not know that was the British term for a pocket knife, so I'm going with my original thought. So he holds out the pen side to you.
He's just like, "Do you mind if I use that?"
Not at all.
I go and I grab my hazmat suit, and you see him writing on the back. He'll put it on, and it says, "No, seriously, fuck Elon."
Perfect.
Well, I mean, what are we taking this 10 minutes to an hour or 2 hours or however? Should we just go? He sounded like he was in a hurry.
Yeah, once we're loaded up, I think we can.
So he can get in
You are the Captain Admiral, Cadge.
You're not wrong. I did tell you to say all those things, didn't I? Again, Captain Admiral, those are just my names, so but I guess I'm leading this ragtag crew, whatever the fuck we are. Let's go if we're all ready.
I gotta check my email real quick.
Okay, that's fine.
Did Rigby reply?
Yeah, you open the laptop and it just says, "No signal."
Fuck. Okay. They didn't tell me there'd be no Wi-Fi.
Does Captain know what a handler is? Does he know what this guy's talking about when he says my handler?
I think it would be up to Tyler's discretion. Honestly, Tyler, what do you think?
I think a handler is like a common
thing. Yeah.
If only in maybe a movie or something, like you'd hear about it.
Hey, Captain's gonna play dumb. He's like, "What the fuck's a handler? What are you doing on your computer over there?"
I tried to see if my handler emailed me back, because I was like, I wanted some reassurance that things were gonna be okay. Just the job, right? Like, but Rigby, I like messed up, and so I talked to Rigby, and Rigby will tell me what to do. I'm like, not property of the military, but kind of. And Rigby is like supposed to make sure their asset doesn't get hurt and does what they want.
So, are you like a puppet? You kind of sound like a puppet.
Yeah, a little bit. Well, so I mentioned my brother, Trip.
Yeah.
I wanted to find out like how he was doing in the infantry and all that, and they wouldn't really tell me. So I like kind of went into hacked into their database stuff. And apparently I had a virus on my computer, and like it was like a lot bigger of a problem than I thought. Also, I didn't figure out what happened to Trip. So I'm like, until they think, I've paid my time, I guess I'm like, they tell me what to do. So.
Do you want to be in the military?
I mean, I was like conscripted. I don't know if I'd like. I don't think so. I'm kind of a civilian life guy. Like, my hands weren't made for any like physical labor stuff.
Right. That's fair. So your brother, Trip, is he a twin brother?
Yeah. But like we're not identical. He looks different.
Your names are pretty similar though, but not identical.
Yeah.
So that makes sense.
Right. It's parents when they have twins kind of do that.
Yeah, parents when they have kids when they're in the military, they name their kids Captain and Admiral. So we kind of both got the short end of the stick there. Do you like your name?
No.
Like, okay.
Like people laugh at my name. Like everyone was laughing at my name So I don't know if I really like my name.
I mean, I kind of like it because, you know, it makes me think of flipping a coin. So you kind of sound like a good luck charm, actually. So, I mean,
You know, that's a good way to look at it.
you seem
Thanks.
pretty cool. A little nerdy, but that's not a big deal. You know, it's always useful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna be okay, right?
I mean, I've never been to this planet, but that's the hope, right?
Right, I'll stick close to you.
Sure. That's a great
What'd you
idea.
get discharged for?
None of your fucking business.
Oh, okay.
I'm
He's
not.
sweating. He's sweating again.
I mean, I'm not proud of it, but I do it again at the same time. So, yeah,
So we're kind of similar.
I guess, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Now we could be twins, in while your brother's not around. How's that sound?
Right. Okay. Okay.
All right.
Oh, that makes me feel better. Okay.
Imagine Tate is like making processing sounds during all of this because there's so much.
Beep, bop, bloop.
Yeah.
absorbing all of it. And she's like,
R2D2 over in the corner.
I'm like actually taking notes. I'm like, okay, we got some anger issues, suffered loss, nervous. I'm taking mental notes.
I always picture. I think this is so funny. When Emily was talking about processing these molecules, storing all this data, taking all this information. I imagine you guys have like little hard drives in your pockets that you like change out and like to keep all this data from corrupting or anything like that.
I mean, Toad is an old android, so probably he is like pulling out floppy disks.
Blowing the cartridges.
I think Tate might be a newer model, but I can like her
SSD.
eyes are like just changing colors because she's like taking all of that in.
Mm-hmm. I love it.
Flip
So
puts his suit on and goes to whatever the transport is.
We can say that you guys all kind of just get ready. Let's just go around the room and see what we all have as far as like gear and weapons. So everyone has a hazard suit on, right? So your AP will be 5. You are all issued an SMG, a Tesla SMG. It's a little Tesla logo all over it. 3 magazines for that. So don't forget to add that to your stat sheet. The SMG with 3 magazines. You have the first aid kit and the stim pack. What else do you guys bring to the table? What weapons or other items do you guys bring?
I have it. Oh, go ahead.
Flashlight.
Ooh.
That's nice. That's actually very useful.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
A sample collection kit.
Ooh.
Hell yes.
I can collect. I think in the write-up it's supposed to be like for biological stuff, but his is for minerals and like samples of pottery and various archaeological types of bits of things. And it says I have a vac suit, but I guess I don't need a vac suit if I have a hazmat suit.
Well, you can always bring you can bring a vac suit like as a backup because like I said, your gear will be broken. So
in case I get like thrown out into actual space.
Yeah, and this is what the hazmat suit looks like, or the haz suit looks like. It's like kind of like this. I don't know if you guys. Oh, I drew on it.
Yeah.
It's got like a headlamp on it. There's some comms, some radiation shielding, air filter, yada yada. It's a nice little like. It's in your player's handbook. There's like a visual key for it.
Ambrose is very protective of his flashlight.
Should
It's like
be.
I would be
it's
too.
like a little red plastic one. It's like real cheap.
Yes.
Like a wind up one.
Yeah.
Oh no.
So it's a handheld one or is it a shoulder mounted one? 'Cause
No,
there are
it's
two different
it's
types.
that's handheld.
I mean, it's just flavor.
Yeah, it's like a little cheap, crappy thing. But he's like, nobody touches my flashlight.
Hell yes.
Like the stapler in Office Space.
Exactly. It's mine.
So Flip has a lab coat. He has a cybernetic diagnostic scanner,
Whoa.
a portable computer terminal, a lockpick set, a Geiger counter, a paracord. He has short range comms that are independent of his other things. And then on his lab coat, he has like the dead man's hand he has a patch on there, and then he has the rest of the stuff everyone else.
Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. I
Fucking
have an
nerd.
old NASA logo patch
Cool.
and
Nice.
that harpoon gun that he is so fond of.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
Oh, he also has this kukri.
The Kukri, yep. Hell yeah.
So for Captain, you'll see Pork Chop run in. Like I said, like big black mastiff, carrying tennis ball in his mouth and dragging a leash behind him. I'm just like, no, but we can't really go for a walk. It's a small. I mean, I could try like around the room, but so the ball and the leash are part of my loadout because I have a pet dog.
Yeah.
And then I also have those fatigues and then a combat shotgun. Comes with 2 rounds, but I'm spending the credits that we rolled to get 8 more rounds for it, so I have 10 rounds total.
Hell yeah.
And then the trinket, I mean, he's not really going to pull it out, but what he has is powdered xenomorph horn. So I assume it's just in like a little like vial or a big vial. I don't know. And then his patch is a red shirt logo, which I imagine is like the red shirt from Star Trek. And I just imagine he's like a big Star Trek fan. And so, yeah, like if you ever ask him about it, he would point to it and just say, I wear that hoping that I die first.
Yes, dude. Yes. Love it.
Okay. I have a vac suit as well. I have infrared goggles. I'm just gonna say they're my eyeballs, and I can just turn them on and off. I have a mylar blanket. I have a smart rifle, which to flavor, I'm gonna say she's like checking her arm, and it's just like in her arm somehow, and she's trying to connect the MSG to her other arm. And then I have a little pendant, and it's got like 2 astronauts that form a skull. And then I have a little patch on my little jacket that says, "I'm not a rocket scientist, but you are an idiot." Jacob was very happy when I rolled that.
I love
That's
it.
pretty great.
I also have I bought a Geiger, whatever it's called, counter.
Geiger
whatever
counter.
Tyler has. And then that's it.
Very nice.
You guys all got some good shit. I did not spend the credits that we rolled. I probably should have. I'm realizing that
Oh,
now.
whoops.
I asked Jacob. I was like,
I didn't
"Can I?"
either.
And he's like, "Do whatever you want."
Okay. Yeah, all I have is a penknife, the aforementioned penknife, and a frag grenade, and the standard crew attire, which has on like the full back a giant patch that says "Cowboy Up" and has crossed revolvers on it.
That's so good.
That's funny.
He also has sticking out of his pocket for downtime a pamphlet that says "Zen and the Art of Cargo Arrangement."
Yes.
Love
You
that.
guys are equipped with stuff. I love it. Well, so we'll say you guys grab all your gear, put it in your various pouches, grab your backup armor and stuff. We'll say there is maybe like some sort of storage container, some sort of portable stores that allows you guys to keep all this stuff on you. But yeah, you guys all meet over at the dropship. You find you travel down the Metamorphosis into the cargo hold. You find this dropship. Dropship is a much smaller version. It's like the Metamorphosis, which is a large executive like transport cruiser. It's very much a smaller version of that. There are what appear to be 2 like little machine gun cannons on it, like just for like they look like machine gun cannons, some sort of gun system on the dropship. Nothing crazy, but something. You see Anders and Renfield are both over. Anders still smoking on that same cigar. It's very much at the end of the cigar, but he's still smoking on it, still puffing on it. Renfield is inside the ship. You can see him through the window as you guys are approaching, flipping different switches, checking, doing self-chests or whatever. The Grunt brothers, Grunt A and Grunt B, you can see them board the ship. They board the ship with you all. And yeah, you guys all make your way inside of this dropship. The dropship itself is smells rusty. It's got that sweaty, rusty smell, like something ancient, something old. You can see some rust on it. This dropship looks fairly old, and it looks like a rust bucket, which Anders can be seen with just disgust on his face and just talking about how shitty it is that this Tesla Corporation gave him such a shitty dropship. But it's very, very minimalistic. It's just like, it feels like you're walking into a cargo crate, like a cargo container, just a metal death box with engines and guns on it. You find, as you climb the little ramp up, that the ship itself, the dropship, creaks and shakes a little bit as you distribute your weight up the it's got that disheartening feeling as you climb. Like, I might be climbing into my fucking casket. That's what it feels like.
But just mutters, fuck.
Yeah, it's very disheartening as you approach. But you see the Grunt brothers both are strapped in. It's just like think of like a roller coaster strap. It's just two straps that go over. There's no seatbelt. It's just two shoulder straps. There are some various like cargo netting. There's a couple boxes. Maybe you guys do store some of your cargo up in those shelves or whatever. But you all find yourself situated. You all fill up the majority of the seats on here. The 5 of you plus the 7 total members are sitting around each other in like very much a circular form. So you're like looking across at each other as you are like holding onto these straps. You hear from not far away. You hear Anders kind of speak up over a internal comm system on the system, and like a little speaker blares above you. He says, "All right, everybody, I'm about to take this rust bucket down and get the fucking shit up." This is where you're supposed to cheer and say, "Oh yeah." Anyways, okay. You hear some like microphone. You hear the as it cuts off, and you hear as the engines come to life, the G-force kind of the vibrations kind of rattle through your body as you feel this, and you feel the ship slowly lift off. The heavy engines are roaring. You feel it lift off. You feel the heat that kind of like invades the actual craft itself, or you can feel the heat. It is very disconcerting. Like you guys are starting to feel a little anxious as you're in this thing. It's triggering something. It's feeling some nerves in your body. But you feel the ship leave the gravity, the fake gravity of the metamorphosis as you float into nothingness, into the atmosphereless, into space. And you feel the ship is being propelled. You feel the interacting different G-forces. You get the G-force from the rockets pushing you forward, and you feel like the gravity from the actual planet pushing against you. It's this weird like tug of war as you're being like thrown around by the ship. And you're just hearing like the engine pushing you closer and closer to Samson 6. 5 minutes go by. 10 minutes go by. It's the same shit. It doesn't change. It is unnerving. It's rattling. You're being rattled, tossed around. It's like the worst roller coaster you've ever been on. It's just a wooden roller coaster that they haven't ever fixed, and you're just being thrown back and forth with no safety or no caution.
If you look over at Captain, he's got this like huge fucking shit-eating grin on his face, like just smiling ear to ear. This is one of the only parts he loves is like just rickety old pieces of shit ships.
Flip's got his eyes slammed closed and he is gripping onto those, and it's like when someone who's scared of a roller coaster is on a roller coaster and he's like muttering, praying under his thing. Please God, I'll never do the bad things again.
Kate is watching them. She's enthralled. She's like, wow, completely different reactions.
Tove is perfectly still. This dude is a slab of granite. He is not reacting to anything else. Somehow, like, the ship is shaking and he looks perfectly still when you look at him.
Ambrose has like 1,000-yard stare, just staring at the seat in front of him.
Who's in the seat in front of you?
It can be me. It's just both of us 1,000-yard staring
Yeah.
at each other.
I will say that the pork chop and Pangea are in their own respective little straps, and they're like, it's the goofiest shit. As they're being thrown about.
Pangea hates it.
Pork chop just still has the tennis ball in his mouth. He's waiting.
Yeah. So yeah, you guys are all taking this in as you as you guys feel it's this unnatural feeling as you enter the atmosphere of Samson 6. The gravity acting on the ship it just intensifies. It feels like the ship is getting crushed by the amount of G-force that's acting on it in different directions. You guys actually get that roller coaster feeling where you kind of like lift off of your seats for a second, and then you're just slamming back down like 5 or 6 times, and it's just like the roughest experience as your ship's just shaking from the opposing forces. You hear beeping go, beep, 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 beep. You hear people in the front yelling. You feel the ship begin to spin out of control and just spiral as you're doing one of these 360s. You see Porkchop is Pangea's flying back and forth as you guys are all feeling this. I need everyone to make a fear save, even the androids. Like everyone here, regardless, these unexpected conditions are they just trigger something. I need everyone to roll a fear save.
Everyone
Oh, I
has to
failed
do
that.
it at disadvantage too.
Yes.
Why?
Because androids
Because
trauma
the
response.
androids.
Was it? Okay.
Isn't
If they're
Oh, I
within
thought-
5 to 10 feet of us.
I thought that just happened when we were already stressed. That happens all the time when we're all rolling for stress.
Yeah,
That's
from the
what
way-
me and Jacob were talking
Yeah, from the
about
way I'm
earlier.
interpreting, I haven't found anything, but from the way I'm interpreting is that because they're all niche, they're triggered by different things. So I'm assuming they just happen whenever the niche
darn it.
thing is met.
Okay.
I got a 91.
Ooh, that's a failure. Gain of stress.
So we have to roll below our fear number.
Yeah, you want to roll below your number. And if you roll at disadvantage, you're rolling 2 sets of D100s and taking the higher number.
53.
You see
That's
Flip?
a fail.
Oh, same. I passed though.
You see Flip? He's like starting to cry while this is happening.
Captain's faking it. He rolled a 99.
Oh, that's a
Holy
critical failure.
shit.
Holy shit, yeah.
Grow up.
Holy shit, yeah.
That's the worst you can fail. Dude.
I will say, Craig, you're going to take 2 stress. You're going to get 2 stress instead of just 1.
All right.
That's a critical failure. So who else failed? So Tyler failed, Captain Admiral failed.
Ambrose
I
failed.
almost called you Ichabod. Ambrose
That's cool.
failed.
I should have kept Ichabod. That's a good name.
Other android fail as well.
73 under 81.
Dang.
Cold-hearted killer. Yeah. So everyone
She's
that
just sitting there like a fear of death is very normal, and because I'm assuming this is my fault because I'm causing this, so she's going on a tangent like you shouldn't fear death. It is very normal, and
you're right next to Flip beeping.
I don't want to die. I don't want to die.
Oh my fucking god, dude. Yeah. So everyone that failed gains a stress. So your current stress and your maximum stress both go up. They both climb. And corresponds with one another. Craig, obviously you got 2 from
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are just these sensations are just throwing you for the loop. Everything's happened. Tate's over there talking about all this death, talking to you. Flip, you're over there freaking the fuck out. I think Captain Admiral, I think you slip out of your leash, but you also see Porkchop begin to fly, and you have to like grab him and stop him from going. So you're kind of like out of your seat, like just being tumbled about, thrown about, as you are dealing with this entry. Eventually, you guys, the spiraling stops, the beeping quiets down as the ship begins to kind of coast a little bit into the atmosphere. You hear over the intercom, "Oh, sorry about that. There's some crazy fucking storms on this planet, and yeah, don't worry about it." And the microphone cuts off. You guys hear the rain that's just you hear rain pouring. It's meeting the ship. There's like little bullets just hitting the side of the ship as you all fly down into a more stable descent at this point. 10 minutes or so of this descent happens as you eventually land. You feel the ship, you feel the thrusters kind of engage as you come to a steady halt.
Jacob, should
Over there.
I have rolled a panic check?
I think you should have.
Anytime you roll a critical failure, yeah.
It is, yeah. So you would have rolled a panic check. So roll D20. You're trying to get over your stress.
Okay,
now
so
we all have to make another fear save.
minimum it
That's
says
only when he actually panics.
Yeah, if you
He
panic.
needs to panic. He needs to panic.
so it says minimum stress is 2, right? We all started with 2, is that right?
Yeah, you guys would all start with 2. So you should be right now. You should be at 4 and 4.
So I should be
your
at 4.
maximum-
Okay.
4 and 4. Yes.
Rolling a d20.
Yes. And you want to get a 5 or higher. You don't want to get. You want to get above the number.
All right, I rolled a 19.
All right, yeah, you compose yourself. You Captain
Yeah.
Admiral's no bitch. That's it.
He's still smiling, but it's like,
yeah, Captain, you see like a little light sign pop up says landing achieved. Unbuckle your seatbelts, and you guys just like slide the shoulder straps off.
And Tate's like, all that to say is, aren't you happy that we landed safely?
Please, not right now. I'll walk outside and just. Yes, we made it. We made it. Thank you, God. Thank you. Thank you.
Play a soundtrack real quick.
that was actually a little tougher. Actually, I've ever experienced that. Fucking horrible.
He's like on his hands and knees. Tell me about it. Tell me about it. Tell me.
I guess neither of you have been shipped in a box before.
No, that doesn't happen to people.
Yeah, as you guys are sitting in this, you hear the rain outside, the thunder crackling. The ramp door kind of opens up as the rain just intensifies. It is just a torrential downpour outside. It's like in Forrest Gump when they're trekking through the jungle. There's just the rain just keeps falling and falling, and it never stops. That you guys have landed on Samsa 6. It's so loud and deafening. It's hard to. Any kind of comms are hard to hear. They're just like between each other. But as you guys try, you just hear like broken comms as the transmission and communication seem to be, just interrupted by something. The storm. Well, who knows? There is just thick, heavy mud all around. You see the ship is like actually like sunk down like maybe 2 feet into the mud. Like it's like slodgy mud. Like you get out, or you see. You haven't gotten out yet. You see it's just like thick mud. You see, as the lightning flashes a lot, you see maybe 100, 200 feet away is a modular gray box, just different compartments all built together into one larger base. You see Greta base out in the distance. There are no lights in the windows. It looks as if everything is shut down or has no power, as it just, the only time you see it is when the flash of lightning illuminates it. Anders probably comes out into your little area and says to all of you, all right, well, I did my job. I landed. So yeah, we're gonna hold tight. You guys go do what you need to do through Sigma. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good luck. Try to stay dry. But we have no umbrellas. I'm sorry. We didn't pack that. But cool. He like turns around and gets back in his like chair. But yeah, you guys see out in the distance through the thick mud, and there are some thick, dense foliage. There's like it's very much is a jungle environment. You do see in the distance. You see Greta base.
Well, I mean, first stop, right? We were gonna gain some kind of information about all this. How far ahead is it?
It's a kind of far off. It's like long range far off. It's about 100, 200 feet away from you. So it's not too far. It's a little bit of a trek, but the mud is gonna make it a little bit harder just because it's so thick.
Tally ho, watch your asses.
We should be okay.
Do we have some sort of light? You said our suits have lights on the.
Yeah, there's like little headlamps at the top of them.
Okay. Flick, turn it on.
I'm gonna keep mine off while everyone else has theirs on.
You fucking coward.
I love it.
I love that, dude. So yeah, we just see like from afar, we just see like a boom as the spotlight turns on from the headlamp. And it does that thing, Ambrose, where like, rain is coming down on a bright light, and it just makes it harder to see.
Yeah.
Like, it's just the worst. Like,
all right.
Yeah, you get maybe like additional 5 feet of some viewable distance, but it's still kind of disorienting. But nonetheless, as you guys slowly get off one by one and make your way towards Greta Base, you do see there are some thick like tread tracks, like some sort of tire tracks that go from where your dropship is towards Greta Base. So maybe at one point, or maybe the initial crew that came when they dropped, they had some sort of Land Rover or something, or ATV of some sort. But you do see these treads, these tracks. Yeah, you guys push forward.
I'll walk up next to Flip and I'll put my arm around him and I'll say, you know, I get it. You don't want to turn your lamp on because you don't want to attract anything to you, right? You want them to come for us first. That's fair. I get it. But that lamp is gonna maybe mean the difference between life or death if something's jumping at you. You won't know it because you can't see it because you don't have your headlamp on.
Okay.
Chances are these things see in the dark, whatever the fuck's here, because, no lie right now,
They
right?
said carts weren't hostile.
Well, then you can wear your headlamp all you want, right?
Yeah.
They're not going to hurt you.
Yeah. He'll turn his headlamp on.
Yeah, Flip, you turn yours on and you go, and it shorts out and just turns back off.
Captain's like, well, that I can't do anything about. That's fucking Tesla for you, right?
Yeah, I guess. Well, I feel like I should have it on. Okay. No, it's good.
Well,
it's fine.
Flip, why don't you walk in kind of the center of all of us?
Yeah.
We'll see what we can do once we get to base.
Mhm.
And we walk.
Yeah, you guys trudge through this thick mud. Every time you step, it's like, that weird feeling where your weight's distributed through the mud and you're like sliding a little bit. It's very sludgy, very, very monotonous, very icky. But you guys make it to this airlock. It looks like an airlock, obviously. You get to it and you see as you approach, the light shines on it. You see that there is rust that has eroded or corroded on this door. The door is rusted shut. You get up to it and it just looks rusted shut. You see there is what appears to be some sort of like key card, keypad, or some sort of like entrance access code panel on the right side of it. But yeah.
So even if it wanted to open, it wouldn't be able to?
You feel that you might, just because it is still, just because it's rusted doesn't mean it's not able to be opened.
Okay.
It's just from the rain. You can assume that from this, like the rain, that you don't know how much it rains on this planet, but maybe it's just rusted rapidly, given the environment.
Is the keypad lit up at all, or like is there like nothing?
Yeah, the whole base is just
Yeah.
dark, like no power.
Captain will just say, "Well, I don't. This keypad's gonna be any fucking use.
Did
Power's
anybody-
out, right?"
Did Maz give us a key card? Or a code or anything?
I'm not-
You can give me one.
Toad's
If I
gonna press
recall, he did
buttons.
not.
Is it
see.
letters or numbers? The keypad, is it letters or numbers?
It's a mixture of both. There's like a keypad with some number area, but also you can see there's like a scanner part of it, like a digital key card or something.
Try Tesla.
Alex will type in Tesla. He had been in the middle of typing his Tobe and then his birth year, but so he clicks the back button, the X, and then he types in Tesla.
Yeah. You crunch in the numbers and nothing changes.
Yeah. I didn't.
Okay, he goes back to trying Tobe and his birth year.
Nothing
There's no,
changes.
there's no power. I don't think
Yeah, I
anything
do.
is gonna work.
I might be able to. I have a lockpick set, which is a highly advanced set of tools meant for hacking basic airlocks and electronic door systems.
Sweet.
So I'll pull those out and I'll try to get the door to open.
Yeah. You begin to do that. You take maybe 5 minutes. You find a way to. Actually, you just tell me how you do this. What does it look like? Because it takes some time, but you have the right tools for the job. What does it look like?
I don't know how sounds different than normal lockpicks, but I guess I would just be finding some like sort of access of the doors nearby. like an emergency access, so maybe you could get the doors open, and I would just be using the lockpick set to kind of like tell the door to open.
Yeah, 5 minutes of searching, you successfully get this door open. The power surges as it just opens quickly.
Yeah,
Hey, good job, Trip.
Holy
Yeah,
shit.
Tate
that's
is
my
like,
that's my brother.
Sorry. Flip.
That's so fucked up.
and Tate's like, that was
Rip,
an amazing
whatever.
job. Very
you think so?
skilled. Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, how the fuck did you do that? Was there
Positive
some type of like emergency backup battery in there or something?
Yeah. It just I was able to. Seems like it was kind of offline, and I was able to tell it to, at least for these doors, to tell it to come back on.
Oh. It's fucking cool.
Yeah. Let's get inside. I fucking hate the rain.
I'll go in first and just like kind of peek my head and shine my light around just to see what's going on in there before I wave them in.
Yeah, the beam of light illuminates this small corridor. It's maybe like a 20-foot airlock. You shine at the end of the hallway, and it looks like, or into this corridor. It looks to be another door that's shut. You kind of examine the entire room. You see there are some muddy footprints on the ground, some muddy floors. There are several storage lockers that line the walls. As far as that, you don't see anything too crazy from outside the airlock.
Yeah, I'll wave everyone in. I'll just say there's a bunch of lockers. We should probably search them all, see if we can't find any information.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, as you guys enter the airlock, the door shuts behind you. And as it shuts behind you, you see the door at the end of the hallway opens up automatically.
Oh. Maybe once you're inside, it's like a. I don't know.
Funhouse.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah, you are thrust into just silence. The rain just is cut out by the insulated building. It's eerie. It's just something about it just gives you it makes your nerves run cold. As you push in and you look at each locker, you see there are first locker, it's shut. There's no names on them. You go through one locker, shut. These are just shut. You haven't opened them yet, or actually, we'll say you go by, you start opening them one at a time. You come across one of the lockers that is clawed. There's just a giant claw mark that is just cut across the door of the storage locker, storage locker's door. But you go around and you open each of the lockers. They open without a doubt, no problem. You find a hazard suit, another hazard suit. So one hazard suit. You see there are 2 pulse rifle magazines and a rosary. The lockers that you find these items in, you notice that the doors themselves have been bowed in from some sort of impact, some sort of strong impact has kind of made the doors bow inwards, so there's some sort of dent in them. But a thorough search of these other lockers, that's all you really find. There's a hazard suit, the 2 pulse rifle magazines, and a rosary.
Do we? It's not on our like loadouts or anything. Do we have backpacks, like something to carry stuff, or is that like what we have is on our pages? We have.
I'm just gonna say that you guys can just add stuff to your inventory. I'm not gonna. I want this to kind of just be like you just get gear and you can have it on you at the moment.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, if we were doing like a real like lockdown campaign or whatever this game offers, then there would be some sort of like weight requirement or carry capacity. But right now, there's just these. They're just there for you to take.
Yeah, I'll grab the pulse rifle cartridges. We can find a rifle in here. These really useful.
Does the rosary look like it's for like a human faith, or is this like an alien thing?
It's actually, the rosary is just the Tesla symbol. It's a Tesla T.
Oh
He's like-
my gosh.
He puts it back.
Yeah, and you probably like shut the locker, but the locker itself, this one is labeled. It says Special Officer Hinton.
Oh,
Synthetic Officer Hinton.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. What's a Tesla?
that's who has the logic core.
As you guys
Hey,
are
after.
in this room going through the things, you You see some lights further into this next room that just flicker from some sort of ambient power source. Maybe it's from Flip Beepin's skills to hack the keypad, but there's a light in there just flickering on and off, and it just dies out.
I'll go ahead just right into the doorway and just peek my head in there.
Yeah,
And I'm like ready with my gun this whole time, by the way. Yeah.
I imagine you just got like a flash. Hey,
Yeah.
you got a magnifying glass. What's in here?
Yeah.
Yeah. I imagine you are, locked and loaded. What gun do you have equipped right now? You have the SMG, or do you have
the shotgun. Shotgun, yeah.
Shotgun. Yeah, and the two grunt brothers are with you guys as well. They're kind of in the back.
Oh, okay.
Okay, a little bit of like mechanic overlay. The grunt brothers are here in case a character dies. They can play one of the grunt brothers.
Nice.
They are filled characters, so
I
they're
love
gonna
it.
be in the background.
I love that.
Like I literally said, Marine Grunt 1 and 2, and I was like, let's just make them Grunt A and Grunt B, Grunt brothers. So they're just in the back with their guns as well. They're just watching over the party. Yeah, you with your gun, you kind of scan this room. This looks like a commissary. You see, it looks to be, it's a ransacked. There's a mess hall that's just ransacked. You see, as the lights flicker back on, you see it illuminates a banner that droops half onto the ceiling, half down to the ground. It says "Happy Birthday, Olson." It's shredded and just covered in blood droplets.
Oh no.
The light flickers, and you see a corner of the room where rain is just falling in from holes in the roof. You see, as the lights continue to flicker, overturned table, looks to be some sort of barricading one of the nearby doors. The door that goes to the west from this room has a bunch of tables in front of it. But from this entrance, that's all you can really make out as you are in here. And this whole room, it's just the lights will flicker on and off, and then they just die out for like a minute or two, and then they just come back on.
Yeah, I'll relay all that. Do I see, like, from where I'm standing, do I see any more, like, claw marks that we saw on the lockers?
Not from where you're at. You don't see anything
Okay.
else that really stands out.
All right. Safe. Like I said, watch your asses. Head in.
I'll go in behind him. I want to find any food because it occurs to me that he said, let's make this a one-day trip, that it may not be a one-day trip. So I want to look for food, like food, water.
Perfect.
I'm gonna look up through the holes.
All right.
Ambrose has his harpoon gun at the ready, and he just swinging across the whole room, just covering everything, just in case.
Spastically.
What's that?
Yeah, and I would be looking for more claw mark.
Yeah.
Starting.
Sure.
Can I kind of take a look at like the banner and like the blood, like what might have like caused that?
Yeah. Sure. So we're gonna handle this in. We'll do Flip Beepin first. So Flip Beepin, as you are going about this room, obviously looking for food. You see there is a door that goes off to the east, and it looks kind of like a kitchenette. It looks like it leads to like some sort of pantry or something.
Sure.
You see that as you are kind of inspecting. Do you go that way? Do you continue onward, or are you staying with the group? Because it branches off from that room to like another corridor.
I don't have a light, so
I love that. That's gonna be your excuse from now on.
I'll try to look into the pantry and just like look in there, see what's in there.
Yeah, from this back, as you kind of like try to see what you can. You can't really make out anything without having a light source. You see what look like maybe the outlines of cabinets and storage bins, but you can't really make out the contents from where you're at the moment.
Can I see anything in the commissary? Like maybe there are uneaten, trays that have food on them, or someone was stopped mid,
Yep.
mid eat.
So as you kind of pan away from the cab from that area and you turn around, you see there is a cake on the ground. There is like it's like in a very weird shape. The cake is like lumpy and all that, but it's a cake that is maybe a day or two old.
Does it have any like lettering or candles that are like 52?
From this distance, you have to get a little closer to kind of make out any more detail. This is just like you just turning around, spotting it instantly.
Sure.
Yeah, if you approach it,
I'll walk up to the cake.
yeah, you approach it and you kind of like go to inspect it some. As you bend down to look at it with your unlit light, as you get close to kind of read the script or whatever may be on it, the light above flickers back on, and you are just looking at a decapitated head that's just staring at you. I need you to make a fear save for me.
Okay. I got a 99.
Oh my god, no way.
Oh my god! So let's say you gain 2 stress, so your current and maximum both go by 2. I need you to make a panic save.
Yeah, so
This is appropriate, actually.
That's
Yeah,
so
yeah,
funny.
Wow.
D20.
Now, does anyone? Yeah, so it'll be a D20. Does anyone affect? Does anyone's trauma response do anything to that? Make sure you guys are keeping track of it.
It just
Yeah.
depends on how close he is.
I mean, you guys. I would say that. I mean, we'll say that he's not close, so he's not disadvantaged. Like this is a decent sized commissary, so he's a
Doesn't
little
matter.
ways away.
I couldn't get worse than what I got.
Sure can.
What did you get?
I got a 99. Is what
Oh yeah.
I got a 2 on my.
No way! You failed your fear save or your panic save.
Yeah.
Oh,
Holy shit!
Nice.
Already.
I
All right,
mean,
let me find where this thing's at.
that absolutely makes sense for.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a
Yeah,
character.
roll a d20.
Okay.
Awesome.
Roll a 20.
Retire.
I got a 19.
Oh my god!
No.
You have a heart attack.
You know, hard.
You reduce your maximum wounds by 1. What's your wounds at? You have 2 wounds?
Yeah.
You reduce your
My
maximum wounds by 1. You gain disadvantage on all rolls for. Roll another d10 for me.
Okay. 3.
Okay, so for the next 3 hours, you have disadvantage on all rolls, and you also gain another point of stress. By the way. So what does this look like as you are just jump scared by this decapitated head? As you have literally a heart. It's labeled as a heart attack.
I think he'll just scream and fucking and he just starts like clutching at his chest.
Yeah, I mean,
And he's just like breathing really heavy.
Captain would absolutely run over there. What? And he runs over like, anybody, I don't know. Do I pull out a first aid kit? I guess. Stim pack? Which one makes sense?
I mean, you could do. I don't know.
What is the difference?
Yeah.
I don't. Let me look.
I would run
But-
over too, by the way.
Like,
Yeah, you guys are all kind of brought to the attention.
is a
of
stim
that.
pack like a
Shorties.
shot of adrenaline to his heart or something?
I think a stim pack is technically kind of like an adrenaline shot. Let me just make sure before I.
It reduces stress, which seems appropriate.
It only reduces it by 1. I'm pretty sure.
That's true.
But let me see. Let me look. Why can't I find it? Am I going crazy?
Can I, for flavor, just like put my hand over his chest and be like, he's having a heart attack?
No
Oh my
fucking
God.
duh, Tate. I can see that.
I cannot find stim pack to save my life.
Oh, it's because it's spelled shitty. It's stim and then no space P. It's like one word.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it cures cryo sickness. It reduces your stress by 1, restores 1d10 health, and grants advantage on all rolls for 10 minutes. I don't think it will really do much to help him here,
Okay.
honestly. But if that's your first initial reaction, you could definitely just jab it in him. But for the next 3 hours, you do have disadvantage on your all checks.
Nice.
Well, if I know how a stim pack works, I would just I would give him like mouth to mouth and just give him CPR.
Yeah. Like you stabilize. You walk over. You've seen enough, combat in your time. You stabilize him. You bring him back as he like passes out from sheer fright, and you actually giving him CPR. The head is just next to you. Its eyes lopsided, just looking at you. Give him mouth to mouth as you're resuscitating him back to life.
I would I would grab it by the hair and just throw it like behind a counter if there's a counter.
Yeah, just it makes like a wet noise and it rolls.
Fuck.
Should I identify the head?
Oh, the faces of people who were here.
I don't know. I can always look.
Sure. Sorry, I throw. Yeah, I guess you do that. Yeah. Flip. Can he speak?
Yeah.
You all right?
Yeah. No.
Oh,
No.
fuck. Hey, apparently, you need to stick like next to me like all the time. That wasn't good. I mean, I get it. That's fucking gross. Probably. Have you ever seen anything like that before?
No.
Yeah. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
I thought it was cake. I couldn't.
You approached a cake that was on the floor. That is unsanitary.
I wanted to see if there was a name on it.
So as that's happening, Ambrose, what are you? Because you're kind of like scanning the room with your gun still. What are you doing? Are you helping them out? Or are you still going?
He's gone over. Did you say there was a corner with a hole in the ceiling?
Yeah, there. You kind of walked over to where.
Yeah, he's
Tobe
checking
was
out
at
where.
because Tobe was over there initially, but we'll just say Tobe got pulled away after
Yeah.
Screech from the little nerd.
He's been programmed.
Yeah,
He's
so
like seeing if he can tell like if it's just the nature of the environment that caused the hole, or if something caused the hole.
yeah, so you look up and you see these are bullet holes that just littered the roof. There are casings on the ground. There's blood is actually. You kind of like fall. There's like a bunch of bullet trails, and there's like some rubble in the corner. You kind of look around, and you see more of those like claw-like gouges that was in that locker. There's several of them here, and it's in the various of the like the furniture over here. There's some empty cups, some dishes that are broken.
I don't think these sparks are as harmless as they're saying.
As you look up, follow the trails of casing around, you turn around slowly, and you see on the other side of the upturned table, which was the cake was on one side of the table. The table's like flipped on the side, like against the back of the table is the corpse of a body. Dog tags hang around from a whole bursted cavity from their neck up. It's just a cavity that's just gone. It looks like their head has just rocketed off their head, and you just see their body limp. Their body is covered in tiny paper cuts. Their whole body is covered in tiny paper cuts. The glaring thing is from from the middle of their chest up, it's just a hole, and you see inside, like you kind of like from where you're at, you can see inside the hole. It's just a hollow cavity.
Yikes. You said they're dog tags?
Yeah, there are some dog tags that hang around the whole neck.
I'm gonna see what the dog tags say.
Yeah, you wipe the blood off. It says Corporal Xavier on. Corporal Xavier.
I will actually take the dog tags.
Yeah, as you rip the dog tags off, the light flickers back on for a second, flickers back off. And you got the dog tags, Corporal Xavier's dog tags.
All right, and then I will, at that point, go back to the rest of the crew. And
Tate's just holding the head, getting like a visual look in case we run across like photos or whatever.
and tell them that I found the rest of that person.
Yeah.
Apparently
She just drops it then.
That is Corporal Xavier. And then just explain like what the visual was. Something messed that dude up.
So, are we assuming this is the Karks, or are we assuming there's something else here? Because either we were lied to about their,
Right.
what's the word? It's their, not
Their
mental
nature?
state. Yeah, their nature, or something else entirely here, or
Yeah, either they are way more vicious, or something else is. I don't see how the Karks could survive against something like that if they were as benign as we're being led to believe. One way or another, there's something here that's awful.
man. Jacob, you said the door is actually barricaded. Like, is that like?
Yeah, so the door to the as you guys came through the airlock, there's a door to the west.
Yeah.
And there's like a little door to the east that kind of goes into like a little pantry, and there is also a door to the north as well. So there's 3 doors in this room. The door to the west is barricaded. There's like tables and stuff pushed against it.
Okay.
Like there's like maybe 4 or 5 tables that are pushed up, wedged in certain ways to barricade it.
So Captain would say, "Oh, I don't want to go in there yet. If we have to, that sucks at some point. But let's try elsewhere first." And I was originally I was looking for more claw marks to see if if they like lead somewhere else, or like if they
There's
just
a bunch of
they
claw marks over here.
by the body.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
So Jacob, did it look like something like actively did that to him, or something? Does it look like it was like out of? Was it like an exit thing?
So as you kind of examine it a little closer, it looks like something burst from within.
Okay. So it sounds to me like we need to be extra careful. So it looks like whatever happened to Corporal Xavier here, and he kind of shakes his dog tags at the head, came from within him.
I will also add that the door to the west that's barricaded, written on the wall in blood, it says "comms off," like communications off, comms off, is written in blood on the door that's barricaded.
Is that a warning, or is that?
Right. It's like, do they like track us by that?
Yeah. I'll like stand. I've been like rocking a little bit, but I'll stand up and say, can someone go into the pantry and look for food? That make me feel better.
I'm on it.
You're hungry now?
What if we're here for longer than we think we were going to be?
That means we're
Thank
still
you,
alive,
Tate.
so that's good.
Yeah. Thank you,
I'll
Tate.
look for food and water.
Yeah. So you head over to the pantry. It's to the east. So it's like a little corridor that goes maybe 30 or 40 feet and then turns to the left and goes deeper. So as you split off from the party, you head off by yourself. With your flashlight on or your whatever. You have a flash. You turn your flashlight on, correct?
Sure.
Cool. Perfect.
Probably didn't turn it off. It's probably just on.
Perfect. Yeah. So you pass many shelves and like bins that are just completely empty. Obviously, this is a pantry. Like you can see that as you are kind of walking by. Everything's just been pulled off the shelves as you're walking. You come to the back of the where the pantry kind of ends, and there's like another subsection, another room. You can obviously tell this is like a freezer. Like it's got like the label like free, like was it Freon, like Freon warning. It's got like the typical freezer kind of goobly gob on it. The door's shut, the window's frosted over. As you are kind of searching the pantry, you notice that there are all the contents of the pantry have been piled up in the center of the room. Just in the absolute center of the room is just a large pile of MREs, just like 6 or 7 like little square MRE bags that are just there. You see that, and you notice as you are looking through the other pantries on the far wall, there is something shoved into. You see like a piece of cloth sticking out from one of the little cabinets, one of the little storage cabinets. There's like a piece of cloth sticking out of the doorway.
Well, she's gonna go get some MREs because that's what her task was. Pick up as many as she can.
Yeah. Bend down, pick up. You can pick up all of them.
Okay. And then her next goal is to look for water. So she's looking around, and you said it was in like a cabinet or like.
Yeah, so it's kind of like most of these cabinets, you like open them to search. You've been, this time you see like where the cabinet would close. There's like a piece of cloth sticking out of the closed door, kind of like a shirt material. It looks like a shirt sleeve. It's just like sticking out of the seam where the door would shut.
Star doesn't want to open it, but she's gonna
Well,
open
then
it.
die. It wasn't your assignment.
She's looking for water.
Oh man, the dog threw up in my room. Gross.
Oh, my dog?
That'd be all right.
Okay.
Anyways, yeah. We're gonna take a quick 5-minute break so we can clean this up. Be right back in 5 minutes. Let's clean this throw up.
All right.
I was like, Hey, welcome back. Post throw up. We're here. We're ready to get into it. So, we left off with Tate. She found some MREs on the ground, and she's looking for more water. And she sees there is a storage cabinet with the door closed. And looks like a bit of a shirt sleeve is hanging out of the cabinet. You're muted.
You're muted.
I'm opening it.
Yeah, the door opens. As you open it, you see on the other side of it is a kind of like a crunched up, stuffed into this locker, an emaciated body. There are thousands and thousands of like paper cuts on their skin. And as you open the door, it reaches out. Yeah, it like reaches out and tries to like grab you. As it falls out of this cabinet, it like crumples and just breaks its neck on impact and just dies in front of you. As an android, I think you are perfectly fine as you see this happen.
Hell yeah.
I'm so glad I didn't go.
What did it say?
It sounded like it said gather,
Okay.
like gather. Yeah, it just like reached out, just sickening crunch on the ground.
Rip.
She's
You see there are a set of dog tags on its neck.
She's gonna read the dog tags.
It says Second Lieutenant Lang.
And this is not. We need Kaplan, no.
Yeah. And this body is very much emaciated, very much starved. You can tell that just by looking at it. It's a starved skeleton. Think of like Lord Voldemort when he's like a little baby. Very much like that. Very withered and just more bones than anything.
Can I want to, because putting 2 and 2 together, she's gonna assume he still has his head. So what's inside? So she's gonna put the little body back in the cupboard, close it.
Okay.
And I don't know if I have any kind of like.
I love that.
Oh, I don't have any like rope or anything. Okay, well, she's just gonna close it and she's gonna grab her MREs and she's gonna head back out.
Okay. I love the image of you just picking up this decrepit, broken neck body and just like.
And then she's gonna go and report back.
So there was also that there's also that freezer in that room as well. But you can you don't have to check it out. There's a free I didn't mention it earlier. There's a freezer in there. You obviously see it, but you do not have to do anything you don't have to.
She's gonna wait. She's
yeah,
like,
you're just
this
waiting in
is
that room.
important. No, she's like, this is important. I'm gonna go report back.
Perfect.
To Captain Admiral.
Yeah, so as you go off on your own, we're gonna come back to the other people. What were you guys doing as Tate ran off to go check for food?
I'm just following around Cash.
Yeah, I would.
I'm gonna be. I'm gonna look around for signs of android, like in the rubble and stuff in the room, like anything that like I would recognize as like that's an android fingerprint right there. If that's
in this room, as you kind of just take some time to do that, you don't see anything that sticks out to you as like android specific.
Cool.
There is nothing else, and you don't see anything else besides the body that has like the hole in its chest, the head. You don't see anything in the rubble that would suggest any other kind of android or humanoid life forms in this room.
Yeah, and I would look claw marks, and then I would also actually, since there's bullet holes and everything, search for any weapons or ammo. This room is.
Yeah. As you do that, you see that whatever weapons were in here, like it looks like some SMG stuff, very much the same model make as yours. Your little Tesla logo on them and everything. But they've all been like crunched and snapped in half.
Okay.
Like they've been bent and like folded in half, snapped in half. You probably see maybe like two SMGs that you find through all the rubble.
Can you take the ammo out of it?
Yeah, is there any
snapped in half?
There's no free ammo. All the ammo that was here was you assume shot off in a spray of scare.
Yeah. And are the only claw marks back like near this barricade? There like anywhere else in the room?
That's the thing. You don't see any other claw marks besides the ones that were in the furniture in this room. You don't see anything else in here that would allude to claw marks. It is a very, oh my god, it's a weird, very weird thing you're kind of realizing. There's not many claw marks besides the ones in the furniture. But I will say, as you are taking the time, as you are all taking the time looking around, you as you looking at the bullet cases on the roof, you look over and scan over, and you see there's a vent. The grate of the vent has been stretched open, and there is what appears to be some sort of like dentations inside the vent. And you wait and listen as you are looking up there, peering into it, and you hear a thud.
Oh,
thud, thud.
Oh.
It's very faint, very faint. Like you really have to listen to hear, but it's like thud. It's very rhythmic. Thud.
does it sound like it's getting closer?
That's the thing. It just rhythmic. It's staying at the same acoustics, just the same rhythmic thud. Thud. You follow the vents up. You look at the vent, and you follow it, and you see the vent heads off into the area where the door is barricaded. The vents head up in there, and it looks like it splits off. And it does that thing where the vents head off, but it's like a triple duct that like splits off into 3 different ways, and they go to different respective areas of this base.
Who found this? Was it Cash?
This is Captain Admiral Jiatsu that saw this as he's Cash.
I'll just mention that if no one following my light or anything.
I think about that time as you realize. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm like, oh fuck. Does that mean it's over here? If like maybe it went through the vents to get around the barricade?
Means that they can get in here pretty easily. Yeah.
I love to hear that.
Yeah. Unless, I mean, it might be one of those things where like maybe it grows really fast. Maybe it got in the vent and wherever it went, now it can't get back. I mean, let's hope for that. How's that?
Thud, thud, thud.
I'm backing up. I'm backing up.
As you watch Tate come out from the pantry, and she walks into the area with all of you in there. The thuds that were approaching seem to be coming from Tate as she has entered the room.
Oh my gosh. Yo, you fucking got us. That's good.
Oh,
The
shit.
firework extravaganza.
Everyone looks very tin.
I thought you were something. Oh.
Well, technically, I am.
Okay.
I found your MREs you wanted.
Oh, thanks.
There you go. Also,
How many?
I found a shriveled body
Oh.
of a Lieutenant Lang.
Lane?
It is currently in the pantry. Shall we investigate further?
We're not an important person, were they?
No, that was Kaplan. But I assume, putting 2 and 2 together, that this could potentially end up like, and she points to the body over there, like, what was his name?
Like Xavier.
Xavier.
Corporal Xavier.
Corporal Xavier. It was still alive, but it fell out the pantry and its neck broke.
Mm.
And it also said gather as it reached out for me. Unfortunately, I was not fast enough to catch it.
Captain just kind of looks at everyone. See why I fucking hate this? Fucking sucks. Was there anything else?
You signed up for it.
No, I didn't. Kind of into it. Yeah, was there anything else in that room?
Oh, yes. There is a freezer. I did not investigate it. I thought it was very important to bring this to your attention.
Well, I would love to investigate the freezer. Molecules are very slow when they are cold. It's much easier to observe them. Please lead the way.
Of course.
Was it like just like a standalone freezer or like a room? Like The whole freezer
I-
room.
I believe it's walk-in.
Oh. You know, like, the kind of temperatures that these arrive at,
Ambrose,
like...
you're the alien expert, correct?
I'm an expert on their beliefs and more sentient aliens, I guess. But yeah,
Yeah.
maybe what I know, like in general, maybe the type of creature that would do this sort of thing, what kind of environment they thrive in.
I think we could just go off like general assumptions that the planet is very much a like humid tropical.
Oh yeah,
planet.
jungle. Yeah.
So you would figure it would thrive best in that kind of environment. Freezer, however cold, maybe not so much. If that is like the thought process that's going in there.
Mhm.
As far as like being familiar with like this stuff that's going on with like this alien or whatever this is, that's bursting out of people or whatever is happening, it's very foreign to you. You don't really know
Mhm.
too much about that. Your knowledge doesn't really help you out that much in this area.
Yeah, other than the fact that anything native would tend to prefer more hot, humid environments. That's about all I can offer up. I'm sorry.
Well, then we shouldn't encounter any alien life force, right?
Not in the freezer.
Doesn't sound like it. Let's check out freezer.
Should we potentially put the shriveled body in there in case there is something living inside of
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how are you feeling? Did the MREs make you feel better?
I feel my mind feels better knowing we have them. So, thank you. I don't want to go first into new rooms.
Well, stay behind me.
Aye. Tate.
Gives you disadvantage on fear.
Yeah.
The way down that hallway. Freezer.
And as you guys walk away, so everyone's going to the freezer, correct?
I think so.
Okay. You still hear that as you guys are probably the last one that leaves the room. Here's that same methodic like thud, thud.
Wouldn't that be Flip?
I figured
what?
Flip would be in the middle of everybody. I feel like Flip would be in the middle.
Okay.
I will say, who would be at the back in this situation? Well, the grunts are there, but they're not really there.
Right.
Right.
Oh, I think I would be leading the way since.
Okay.
Yeah. So maybe Flip isn't behind me.
So I think it would maybe be Ambrose or Toe that would be probably at the back, because I think it'd be Tate, Flip beeping kind of huddled next to Cash, who's probably in the front as well with Tate. So either Ambrose or Toe. We'll say that both of you, Ambrose and Toe.
Okay.
We'll say both of you.
Cool.
Kind of.
And Ambrose still has his harpoon gun.
Yeah. You hear that? You also hear small like,
Oh no.
and it sounds like it's coming from a vent above that just goes towards a different area.
Should we have blocked that vent before leaving?
It heads away from that vent that's open right now. You just hear it
Yeah.
above that. You hear like something in the vents. Something in the vents is moving.
Guys, there's something in the vents. And it ain't Tate.
Why would I be in the vents?
Focus, guys, focus. I'm like clutching my gun really tight. Please.
Can I use my infrared goggles to see any heat signatures in
Yeah.
the vent?
Yeah.
Smart.
Yeah. You do see a trace heat signature that lead. You see like the vent itself is like a warm yellow glow that kind of extends far. Like it's not like a singular. Like you don't see like a singular red dot like something moving.
Mhm.
You just see like a heat trail of what something warm-blooded had moved through the vents above.
There is something in the vent.
You see it like the trail kind of disappears when it gets to like little trifecta, like different vents that's spread out.
It goes all the way here, and then I can't see where it went. Do we believe it's an alien?
Yeah. I
Sounded
don't know
like
people that do that.
It didn't sound like it was a human crawling around.
Well, wait till you see this human I found.
I love that. All right.
So that table that had been knocked over and was hiding Corporal Xavier, is that not blocking anything?
It's knocked over on the side. It looks like the body was behind it, or something
Okay.
like it. Like the table itself looks more or less like something fell over and the table kind of knocked over with it.
Hmm.
So it's very like wibbly wobbly.
Can I move the table to block the open vent?
Yeah, you want to like prop it up. Yeah, I'll say you can prop it up. You take
Yeah.
some time. Let's say like a minute or so at most to do it. You prop it up, and it is
Cool.
blocking that vent that's kind of like opened. Very nice.
And now for the freezer. My favorite.
Yeah. So you guys all make your way over to the freezer. You see exactly what I described to Tate earlier. There are cabinets that are closed, but maybe Tate, you're walking by and say that's empty, empty, empty.
Yeah, she would go straight to the pantry where the Voldemort
Yeah.
person is.
You go to the pantry, and the door's open,
Fuck yeah.
and the body is missing.
Oh, sweet.
Well,
And you see in the vent above some legs that are dangling out of it, some emaciated legs that are dangling out of it. And you watch as the legs get dragged into the vent and pulled away. I need everyone to make a fear save.
Awesome.
Even the android. I would say maybe. Actually, I would say everyone make a fear save. Yeah, I think this is
Are
kind
we
of.
within close?
Yeah, you guys are all kind of bunched up.
Fuck
You have
yeah.
disadvantage. You have disadvantage anyways because you had a heart attack.
I rolled a 13.
I also rolled a 13, but disadvantage.
what does 000 just mean 0, right?
That is technically
100.
10. I think. Oh wait, is it 100? I think it is 100.
That's 100.
Right. So that's
Holy shit,
that would
did
be
I-
a fail. I think that is a failure, a critical. I think that would be
It's
a
like the
critical.
ultimate failure.
So you would
Oh my God.
take 2 stress, Star. You gain 2 stress, and you need to roll a panic check as well.
Okay,
So your stress should be 4.
So I put that in current?
You do current and maximum. They both go up because there are things you can do to kind of drop stress. Like you take a rest or something, it'll drop stress.
Okay.
So far, we have a critical failure with the panic save. Who else? Did anyone else fail, or did you all kind of pass?
So we
I got a
want
20.
to
I failed.
we want to roll below, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Just
that is
remind
a
it. Okay,
goal.
then I
It's
failed.
really hard
I
for me
failed.
to
Yeah.
pass.
You failed it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was it? It wasn't a crit failure, right? It was just a failure.
No, just
Normal failure.
38. Yeah.
Yeah, you just gain a point of stress. Then your stress goes up by 1.
I actually passed mine.
Perfect.
I also passed.
Perfect.
And I rolled an 18 for my panic.
So you're fine, perfectly fine. Yeah, maybe seeing this body that was was dead, just be getting dragged away. You're like kind of maybe some. Actually, tell me what it kind of like. How does it come over you? How does this like fear?
She would look at the cabinet and like just kind of tilt her head, and then she'll look up and see the feet just kind of get swooped away,
Mhm.
and you'll see like her eyes like glitch colors, and she's just like you can just she like twitches a little bit,
Mhm.
and she's like, that was weird.
Yeah, it was fucking weird.
Into the freezer. Into the freezer.
Can
Yeah,
I? Sorry, can I use my goggles again to see where it's going?
Yeah, you look up, and very much the same. It looks like the heat trail that went away. It looks like it came back and doubled back on itself, and the where that body got pulled in was the warmest. But it looks like the trails went away. So whatever, you assume that whatever was crawled away, came back, pulled the body back, and ran away with the body. Like it's like gone. So it's like these 3 trails that are kind of overlapping each other, in a way. So you see all these heat signatures that are
Mm-hmm.
in the vents, but it looks like it's going away from you. Like wherever the body's being dragged is where whatever up there is taking it somewhere. Who knows?
She's just staring at it. Her eyes like glitching colors.
Tobe not understanding how an android could be afraid is like has his hand on the freezer and he's like, this was the one, correct? Tate? Yes?
And she'll snap. Yes.
I will open it. Nobody stops me.
Yeah, you go to pull on it and it does not budge. It feels like it's locked as you pull on it.
Is it Like an electronic lock, or
This
is it
one is
like...
more so physical than anything. This is like
Oh.
maybe there's a bar on the inside that's barred it or shut it or something.
Mm.
Is there like a little window?
There's a window. It's very much fogged over and glassed over.
Oh, okay.
It looks like it's big enough for you to, like, if someone broke it and like reached in to like pull the bar or something, someone could definitely do that.
Mm.
I'll just say, so this is freezer, but power's been
Mm.
days, so it's probably
right.
not cold in there anymore. Wonder if we
That's
really want to. I mean, I guess what we're looking for could be in here. What we're looking for could be hiding in here. I don't know. Just general consensus. I could probably smash a window or.
If there are people in there, maybe if you just like tap on it, they'd make a noise or say something. But
You shave it a
Like-
haircut so they know it's not a monster.
right. And if no one responds, maybe it's just not worth going in there.
Great
They
idea.
could possibly be dead as well.
Right. Then I would maybe it wouldn't be worth it to go in there anyways if they're dead.
logic core may be in there though.
Search is a place. I will. Bonds.
Yeah, you knock on it, and you know you brought up the thought that the power's been off, but as you knock on it, you feel cold inside of it.
Okay.
So maybe there's some sort of backup power, some sort of internal power supply on this freezer unit that keeps it running.
Yeah,
but you
sure.
do give it a knock, shave and a cut. There's no response.
Yeah, it's actually still cold in there, so I don't think any human would have survived in there. Think. Break it open, see.
Why not?
I will just take the butt of my shotgun and try to smash that window.
Yeah. How goofy would it have been if I said, yeah, make a roll for it.
Yeah, yeah, right back in my face.
Yeah, you easily you give it a couple of solid hints, and it does shatter. You clear out the glass, and you see the cold escape into the room you guys are currently in. You feel the cold escape, and you feel it is seriously cold. It's beneath maybe like -40 Celsius. Like, it's very cold. You feel this this chill. But yeah, I would say when you break it, as you break it, the glass shatter. Maybe some red lights turn on the inside as the seal for the freezer seal has been broken. So like some red lights just start strobing in there, and you see as it's strobing, you're looking through this obviously. You see as it's strobing, it looks to be some sort of frozen body wearing marine clothing. They got a dog tag. Can't make it out. They have a little tinfoil hat on, but their body is still covered in thousands of paper cuts. This is small micro cuts all over their body, but they are frozen stiff and they clutch something. You can't make it out, but they look like they're holding something or clutching something.
Yeah, so I'll go body in there. Pull the cuts, same like the other one. Holding something. It's cold's escaping. Assuming what happened to that body out there, and could possibly happen to this one if it thaws. Probably want to get in there. Take what it has.
Does it have a little snowflake on its forehead?
Oh,
It
no.
does actually, and it begins to stand up and come
Yeah.
towards you.
Crossover.
How'd you know? No. This is just a shadow blade.
Take what it's holding. Get back out. Cover the whole back up so that cold. But yeah, I will. I guess try to reach in and see if there's like a bar, something in the way.
Yeah, there you find the bar, you lift it up, and you hear like the chunk chunk as the door unlocks. It's like one of those, like, think of like a little submarine wheel kind of thing. It's, who designed this? I don't know, but that's how it's made. But yeah, you open it, you feel the door is unlocked now. But yeah,
You don't all need. I don't think. Cold. So do the suits we're wearing help cold at all? Probably not. Right?
They do help with extreme heat and cold protection.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
Cool.
we can all go in there. Yes.
Oh,
And hydration reclamation too.
Just make sure that the door doesn't shut behind us or anything.
Well, the glass is broken, right?
Yeah.
Can't we just step in and out? Do we have to open the door?
So the window itself is like a tiny little window. It's
Yeah.
only big enough for an arm to go through.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, yeah,
okay.
yeah,
I
yeah.
was envisioning like
Just a
like
glass door.
Glass door.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
Sadly, no.
that'd be cool. Okay, yeah.
I'll just stand watch. Say out. And watch at the Ambrose, if you want to go in there and grab.
Yeah. I'll see what's in there and see what. I'll take the dog tags as well. Did you say dog tags or some kind of ID?
Yeah, it looks like it's a marine. It looks like a frozen marine with like some sort of dog tags on their neck. They look
Okay.
to be clutching something. So
I'll
you're
take
gonna
those
open the door
dogs.
and go in.
I'll take those. Yeah, I'll walk in. I'll take those dog tags as well and see who it is, and then I'll, with my harpoon, kind of poke to see what they're holding.
So as you open the door,
Going
you
into.
Tate's going in with them. Perfect. Yeah. So as you open the door for you to rush in, you see the like the Arctic air just like rush out. There is a little thermometer on the outside of the fridge. But those of you on the outside, you watch it go from -40. It's like climbing, -30, -20. So as you go in, you see the temperature is rising as the sill's been broken. You go in, you poke around with it. You see it looks like this marine is clutching a plastic vacuum tumbler, like a little tumbler, and what appears to be some sort of like medical case. Like they're clutched in both of its arms. The dog tags, as you yank them off, it says Corporal Resnick.
Take those as well. Medical. Can I see if there's anything in the tumbler?
Yeah, so you're gonna grab. So the tumbler's in its hand. So you go to reach the tumbler.
Yeah.
So it's like frozen in his fingers. So you go and you grab the tumbler and you rip it out of its fingers. Its
Yeah.
fingers just crumble,
Snap it
and you
out.
watch as its body like just starts to crumble. And you notice as you do that, inside of the chest cavity appears to be some sort of sack of some sort. And on the outside, we see the temperature climb to -10,
Uh-oh.
0. And you watch as some movement begins to kind of like pulsate with that sack as you pull the tumbler away.
I
Should-
will.
Should you destroy it?
I believe that is a very prudent suggestion. Thank you. And he takes his harpoon gun and goes,
Yes.
Yeah, you shoot it through the harpoon and it just does this like a wet noise. It just and the movement stops inside as you successfully killed whatever was in this sack.
Combat
will.
success.
I will leave it on the harpoon and bring it out and be like, this is the thing that popped out of the corporal earlier.
Yeah, so what you do is when you pull it out, it looks to be like a little, looks like a seed, think of like a tree seed, like an acorn seed of some sort. Like it's very much like that, but you notice it's like there's like 8 legs that are wrapped around itself under like a spider crab-like like exterior exoskeleton, but it's like wrapped up into like a little seed. And as you've killed it and pulled it out, it's like you see the legs kind of go limp and dangle. Everyone else in here, you guys hear a screech echo throughout the vents.
Is it like animalistic?
Oh,
It's like I can't do the screech. I was gonna do screech. It's like a high pitched like just
Like
screech.
a pterodactyl?
Yeah,
Like
kind of
something?
like that.
It's not human.
Yeah, no.
It's a not
Yeah, it's like a
even
high pitched,
godly.
like not human screech, like just like
Okay.
echoes throughout the vents. But yeah, you pull the tumbler away, and you see that that little case also falls out of it's the hand of the frozen corpse.
yeah, we could probably use this medical case.
Good idea.
Oh.
We didn't hear it inside, right? It was just
Yeah, no, I think the ones that are outside the fridge would have heard this happen.
Okay.
Yes.
Well,
Ugh.
let's report back.
Fuck.
Yes, let's.
Captain will peek his head and say, just piss something off, whatever the fuck
I-
you did in here.
I shot a thing.
They screamed.
Yeah,
They
you-
screamed.
Sure did.
Well, it was either that or let it live and
R-
escape.
Oh, I'm not saying you did bad. I'm just saying gonna be bad.
Maybe we should go, because if they knew their friend died, maybe they know where its location is. So maybe we should like fucking get a move on.
Should we leave the corpse here too?
Yeah.
I think it
It's-
had collapsed, didn't it? It like
Yeah, it
turned
just
into.
fell
Yeah,
apart.
it's like
It
when you
shattered.
broke the finger, it kind of like shattered in on itself.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't want to be here when that thing falls out.
Paddle back to that main room.
Pretty gruesome.
Yeah. Perfect. So you take the tumbler with you and that medical case. The medical case is labeled. It says chemotherapeutic agents on it. Those of you with scientists or medical skills know that this is used to treat extreme radiation damage.
Okay. Cool.
Is the tumbler's bag like pierced?
No, the tumbler itself is contained in a
Okay.
the tumbler is in like its own little like plastic vacuum bag. You see the tumbler itself does have some writing on it as you kind of leave and kind of have a chance to look at it. It says hydrofluoric acid on it.
Mmm.
Careful.
Gotcha.
But yeah, you guys all go back to the commissary is what it sounds like, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Perfect. Do you do anything to that door as you guys leave?
Mm,
Does the pantry have a door?
Yes,
Or
the pantry does have a door. And like when you guys walk, these doors do kind of open on their own and close. The one that hasn't done that are the ones that it's just been for the airlock. As soon as you went in this little pantry section, it's the only one that does that. You walked by the door that was in north of the commissary and the one that's barricaded. These didn't have that same sort of programming or some sort of sensor.
I'll hack the pantry door to just stay closed, almost to like seal it.
I will say this is going to be a roll. This is going to be something that's rolled.
Okay.
So I don't know what you would roll, but do it.
Intellect?
Yeah, I think it would be intellect. And do you have any strength skills or expert skills when it comes to
Yeah, I do.
And I would say you have like a toolkit. You have a lockpick kit as well. So I'll say you
Yeah.
have advantage. So you just make a normal roll, since you have disadvantage from your heart attack.
Okay. I got 28.
28. Yeah, succeeds. You're able to quickly do it. You're kind of panicking. You're hearing that. You heard that screech, and you're like, "Oh fuck! Oh fuck!" You are able to hardwire and make this door stay shut. And thankfully, as you do, and you hear like some sort of internal locking mechanism. You hear a loud thud on the other side of the door, like something like heavy just crashed into the door.
oh.
As you do that, and you all kind of hear that noise and look at the door, and there's a small dent in the door.
Oh.
Yikes.
Let's fucking go. I did a good job. Let's go.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah,
What?
very expert skills.
Get the fuck out of here.
You hear.
Oh, they're coming.
It sounds
room.
like something is in the vents pacing.
Can I just keep an eye on like the noise with my goggles?
Yeah, you look up and there's just a singular heat signature staying in the same spot in the middle of the vent, directly like at that area where there's like the three vents separate. Like let's just say it's like a vent highway. It's like hanging out in the middle of that. And it's just stationary. And you do watch it kind of like skitter back and forth a little bit. And I would say you probably put up a finger or something. Like you all guys hear that, and you probably would quiet down. You watch as that.
I just point.
Yeah, you guys all hear the. You watch it. Its heat signature crawl back over to the west door, the door that's barricaded, and like goes back in that direction, and the heat signature dies off as it seems to leave. And the heat signature was slightly bigger than it was last time. It looks like it's grown. So whatever it was, it seems to have gotten a little bigger.
I'll be like, not to worry anyone, but whatever creature is inside there is growing.
Okay.
Enough that it can't fit fence it.
And venture down here.
Yeah, they know where we are so far. Okay.
Are you
Alright.
doing all right, Flip?
Yeah. He's lying.
Very obvious here. It's very obvious.
Yeah, I'll be like, sarcasm can be a form of a way of like hiding your fear.
Coping's good right now. We can let's go, please. I don't want to be here anymore.
So you said there's the barricaded door to the west, and there was a north door as well.
Yeah, there's a north door as well, and this one, Flip has this kind of the same little console thing. You probably, when you guys go over to it, Flip, you probably see that it looks like it's been at one point it's been tampered with at some point.
Is it? Like,
But it is locked. It is locked. Yeah, it is closed right there.
Can I open it?
Yeah. You able to? The only reason I made you roll the last one because there could have been
I
a
was like,
potentially bad
how
outcome.
strange.
This time you able to like take the time and you open it quietly as the doors open, and you see another corridor stretches out forward. It keeps going north, maybe 50, 100 feet or so. About halfway, about 50 feet in, there are two branching corridors, one that goes to the west and one that goes to the east.
I want to be a.
So basically, you guys are at like at a T point right now, like a T.
Yeah.
Bottom down here. So you have a door to the north, and then two corridors that go east and west.
He's whispering. I want to be as far away from the west as we can.
That's what I was gonna say. We probably shouldn't head west just yet.
Also, like
It's a
checking.
logical choice.
Yeah, checking the rooms behind, like as we go, checking the rooms, just so we don't have anything unknown behind us. Should I lock this door too?
I don't know
Are you able
because
to open it again?
What if we?
Yes, but it
fast
takes
escape
time.
route?
Yeah, maybe.
yeah, if we need to get out of here fast,
Okay, we'll leave it.
Yeah.
We'll leave it. Okay.
I get it. But
I can
I'm
also
just-
keep an eye on the vents.
Sure. Okay.
so
As we're moving, I'm just looking at any. I'm looking for vents too, or any, like grates or whatever.
Yeah, in this hallway, as you guys, so basically you guys are approaching like the little T intersection.
Mhm.
You don't see any vents up. These vents are being mostly above. There are no vents in this corridor. You probably peek around when you get to the T, like the east and west. There are no vents either there. I will say though, as you are walking in this hallway, you hear that thud, that rhythmic thud, thud, thud. It's louder now, and it's coming from the west, from that west corridor. You hear that noise coming down. And it sounds, now that you guys are kind of a little closer to whatever source of originating source of it, it sounds like a pickaxe on metal and dirt. It sounds like a earthy like clang, like clang, clang. That's like something like that acoustic level.
Dig it.
we're going east, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm curious, but I'm not that curious.
right, exactly.
Once again, as you move over to this east hall, the door opens on its own as you get close to it, and you see inside what appears to be a small medical area. It looks like a med bay. There's like an operating room inside, and there's a observation and analysis lab separated by a glass wall. It looks to be a med bay of some sorts. There is the observation and analysis lab part, and then there's like the operating room. So like it opens up into like two other rooms inside. So think of like you enter, there's like another door that's the operation analysis lab, and there's another door that goes to the surgery and operating room. You don't see anything else though. Like, as you're in here, you don't. I mean, you glance around. There doesn't appear to be any kind of creepy crawlers or anything.
Should we
No.
kind of scour the room for any medical supplies we might need?
And maybe some more first aid kits or something.
Dentex.
So, are you guys searching the observation area or the operating room / like med bay, quote unquote
Med bay.
I'll go to that. Yeah. I'll go to the observation room.
Perfect. So those that go to observation room and those that go to the med bay, those that go to the med bay quickly realize that the key card there, it's locked. It has like a special. This you notice it, Flip. This is a special coded, special access badge only, and you see it that it says Dr. Edmund's authorization only. It's like a very high encrypted keypad. It can be hacked or lockpicked. It's a very hard check.
Sure.
But you notice that, so we're gonna cut over to Emily, going over to Taupe, going over to the med bay. As you enter this like glass doors that kind of slide open. There appears to be a small wall. There's a wall that holds a small bank of computer terminals, all old style, aliens-esque computer terminals. They're all powered down. Next to them are a pile of loose paperwork and logbooks.
Observe those molecules so much.
I'm going so hard into those logbooks, man. Yeah.
So as you are scanning through these logbooks, you are only brought to the most recent. It's like a printer that just prints it out slowly. It's like half printed, and it looks like it wasn't a full log report, but the parts that have been printed are interesting to you. It looks like these are logged by Dr. Edmund. It says, not in quotation. It just says, "I've made a breakthrough. I'm thrilled. This is you reading this into your turtle monologue. But it says, I'm thrilled. I've made a discovery. These carcinoids, they make something called the Krebsschneider, or Crabsong. This noise these carcinoids make help them replicate. Fascinating, truly fascinating." And it goes to another subsection. It seems like Dr. Edmund he begrudgingly admits that the synthetic officer Hinton did much of the legwork in this discovery, but it's Edmund who truly put 2 and 2 together. And you see in here that there's a vent in this room.
Oh.
Tobe, you look up, and it looks like it heads back towards where that freezer was. This vent is closed, though.
Oh, good. Okay, cool.
We pan over to... Tate is watching the door, watching for heat signatures. You don't see anything, Tate. We head over to the med bay area. Roll a intellect save for me, or intellect check for me. You have disadvantage just because you did have a heart attack. I'm not going to give you any bonus, like any other, advantage from lockpick. So just roll it up with disadvantage and see what you get.
I got a 68.
Is that success?
Yes, yeah.
Success. Perfect. Yeah. You are able to spend 10 to 20 minutes, and you actively get the door to open. You hack the keypad, and it opens, and you see, as you guys enter, whoever enters, this operating room has been destroyed. Everything is in shambles. Remnants of equipment have been smashed or appear to be fused together. The metal seems to be binded with itself. There is some sticky kind of residual resin or some sort of epoxy that kind of drips off of the fused metals. You see there are some things that are salvageable in this fused mess. But what you notice first that kind of takes you back is that close to the overturned surgical bed that is in this area is a 6-foot-long black crab-like carcinid limb, black like long alien limb, 6 foot long in length, and it's just on the ground. The limb itself looks to have emerged from a hand, a humanoid hand. You still see the hand there, but it just lays on the ground amongst the mess.
Is it it's something emerging from a hand.
Yeah, so it's like a hand, and like this leg, this whatever this is, a 6 foot long thing, just like split the hand open and it's just merged with the hand. It's like the hand has like shifted and transformed into this leg, and it's just lying there on the ground.
Yeah, I'll be right there with Flip-Flop. See, I'm gonna stick really close.
Yeah.
You know, yeah.
Just shove him.
And I just like really quietly say to him, like, "What the fuck, that?"
Is it? Is our doctor friend with us? Too, Ambrose?
Oh, yes.
Is that? I'm gonna talk to the. Is that alive? Is it still alive? I feel like maybe it's alive.
Give me to poke it. I can just go ahead and shoot it and see what happens.
I don't. This feels like a. I don't know. Is there any? What else is in here besides the carcinogen or whatever?
So there's a bunch of equipment that's been like fused and smashed together. There's an overturned bed. Most of the stuff that would be useful seems to be in this like epoxy fused like state, which you could like reach in and like pull it out and stuff. But it looks to all be like coagulated, grouped together in this like weird epoxy stuff resin. Other than that, there's just an overturned bed, surgical bed.
Is there a vent in here?
There is not a vent in this room. In this surgery room, there is not a vent.
How far away is this overturned bed and this?
It's like in the center of the room. So it's like the center of the room, and they're close to one another.
Like, okay, how far is from us? Like, how many feet?
Probably 15 feet or so. Like it's close. It's not. It's like 15 to 30 feet away.
Yeah. I'll just instruct the two of them to stay at the door, and I slowly walk over there with my shotgun out.
I'll also hand you my kukri.
And what is that again?
It's a type of knife.
Okay.
Yeah, and if you look at it, it has a Trip's name on the hilt.
Okay. Yeah, I'll slowly go over there so I can kind of peek over. It's on the other side, like fully on the other side of the bed.
Yeah. You go around the other side of the overturned bed. There's nothing. It's more like just junk and glass and stuff that's broken. There's no other like body parts or anything like that nature. So the other side of the bed is basically just it looks just to be like an arm or a leg or whatever.
Oh, okay, I thought maybe the arm was like attached to a body that we couldn't see.
Oh, okay. So it's just an arm.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought there was a body with it as well. I was like, well, if it's empty in here, oh, go ahead.
No, I would like look back over at you guys and just kind of shrug and just say out loud, just an
Okay. Okay. No vents in here either, so. Can I have my?
Yeah.
I thought maybe you were gonna die, so.
I give it back to you.
Yeah. I guess we'll search. Well, I'll definitely start putting my hands in all the important shit.
Yeah, and we can definitely do that next week when we play this game again, as we are going to end tonight's session with a group, seeing some weird stuff, seeing a little limb, and some goo-covered, resin-covered, epoxy-covered, fused-together metal junk. Yeah, thanks for watching. See you next Thursday. We don't really know. We haven't set a date. I don't know if this is a weekly thing or a bi-weekly thing, but we'll figure it out. See you next time. See you Sunday, hopefully. Dear God, I pray. I haven't played D&D in forever, and I miss it. So thanks for tuning in. Have a good night, and get some sleep.
Bye.
Bye.